What's up? What's up? Hello, and welcome to my channel, Healing Elements. This is Shani, and I'm adding another video to the playlist all about spirit animals. So, this is all about the duck spirit animal, all about the spiritual meanings, the traits, the essence, and what we can take from the energy, from the traits, from these symbolic meanings, and what we can learn from the duck spirit and working with the spirit animal of the duck. So, a few of the things just to get started and do some bullet points of main themes and meanings that are associated with the duck spirit before we get into a couple of analogies and my personal interpretation and some, cultural blessings and respect to that meaning from the past tribal experiences and in ancient civilization, etc. We'll start out by talking about the main meanings and symbolic associations with the duck spirit. This is associated with durability. So if you think about a duck is very able to walk on land and to swim in the water. Has a protective layer of feathers that is waterproof, right? The durability, endurance, and having a tough exterior. Being waterproof, you're able to, again, be amphibious, so to speak, in and out of slippery, muddy, and or fluid situations. You're able to transfer and adapt to both environments that could be polar opposite within life, right? You have, again, you possess a layer of waterproof feathers, as the duck does. This duck spirit animal embodies that within your soul and your soul path. You can take that trait, the emotional also, exterior will be tougher. So, although you can be sensitive, you don't take it inside, right? You're sensitive and you build up a wall on purpose to protect yourself from the outside, elements such as water or tough climate in general, right? Strong family values. If you think of the ducks and the way that you see them in nature, the duck spirit animal talks about strong family ties and the bonds and the unions associated with either biological or soul family. Some, sense of belonging in a group, feeling safe, feeling loved, protected. Very big emphasis on protection, as you see the mallard ducks or the father and the mother. One leads in the front of a straight line, ducks in a row. We get that quote from it, right? All ducks in a row. They have protection because they put one parent in the front and one leads up the back, and the ducks are in the middle. So this is a sense of these unions. Again, they could be biological or otherwise, that are very significant in our lives. Some emphasis on that with the duck spirit. Also, the term "you lucky duck." This is in many traditions, including cultural tribes and elsewhere in history. Chinese consider, among others, the duck and the essence, the energy of the duck, the spirit animal, to be one of good luck, very fortunate, right? So you could see a lot of images of ducks or just be drawn to this video or be drawn to the spirit animal of the duck, and you are kind of having a precognitive notion because luck is coming your way. That could be something. This also is a big meaning of protection. The duck spirit is also symbolic with children, childhood rearing. Again, the ducks in a row, influences from your family of origin, things that you experienced as a child that may have influenced you, whether or not that was productive, loving, and environment which you could flourish is dependent on how you are able to perceive the world around you. So if you think about the nursery rhyme or the tale, the story when you were little, if you've heard about the ugly duckling, quote unquote. There's also, stories about, notorious in every culture, similar to the English bedtime story about the duckling that thinks that everything, including another family of geese, I believe, is its mother, because it is looking for that belonging and feels outcast if not in a part of a team. So that is a big meaning right there. If you are searching for some sort of camaraderie experience, some sort of tribal union, some sort of experience that has a circle of individuals that are like-minded and can produce more, productivity, I guess, and more good-hearted energy and some stability and things that are going to blossom in a group setting when we feel nurtured, when we feel safe, when we feel loved, when we feel protected in life, right? Just like the duck spirit embodies, we are able to influence other people uniformity, preparation, seeing ahead of you, right? Seeing the situation or seeing the landscape, seeing the journey, seeing the problem, seeing the task at hand ahead of ourselves. Again, the ducks in a row, looking ahead to the, goal and what we need to do to carefully accomplish it for all of us to get through. Also, the duck spirit animal can have some, connotations in different Native American tribes and otherwise to be one of, the trickster, a mischievous or pranking type of vibe, right? Like if you think also about the fact that some spirit animals and are animals in the wild in which have become culturally accepted to eat. Okay, so this is about being persecuted also. Very heavy vibe. The duck spirit animal, to me, in my interpretation, has a vibe of the Jesus of a persecution, just like the cow or the chicken, right? We are, as a society or even a globe, we eat the ducks. And when we talk about traditional or sacred meanings, cultural use in the past with the association of the duck, in Greek mythology, the goddess Penelope is associated with spring and new beginnings, and also is considered to be, in some texts, a duck goddess. And she is said to have prophecy and power to awaken the world, which I feel like is a very big, huge symbolic meaning right now. If you are undergoing any kind of awakening into knowledge or even into the collective consciousness, I think that we're all raising our abilities, raising our gifts. Things are coming to us in downloads that we may not even perceive, depending on how aware we are. But I feel like that is a big, huge symbolic meaning, and that is a big reason why I wanted to do the duck spirit animal and get the energy out regarding that. In the North American Indigenous Indian tribe, the Chippewa, they have a story about, this character portrayed as a duck. Okay, and so this character is called Shingabis. The story is all about a duck character, right? And the duck character, this Shingabis, has an ability to endure long battles, right? Just as I said, endurance and durability, staying warm on water when others get soaked, right, and freeze. And you, if you embody the spirit animal of a duck, are very durable yourself. Your feather body armor, so to speak, makes it very difficult, almost like a siege attack. It's so long and drawn out. The other attacker could be, exhausted by the time it is over and just withdraw. And that is exactly what this story embodies. As the enemy attacks, they give up because it's too long. You're too durable, right? You're not going to give up. So the story shows fortitude, shows forgiveness as well, because I loved reading all about the story in different websites. This winter maker, it's called, is the enemy, and the winter maker is the one who keeps on attacking relentlessly. And the ability of the Shingabis, the duck character in this Chippewa tribe story, is so exhausted after many, many attacks because of durability that they retreat and surrender to the Shingabis, the one who was attacked, and they are given forgiveness and treated kindly. The winter maker is treated kindly by Shingabis, who was just attacked, kind of like that Gandhi vibe, like, I will not eye for an eye. I will not give you back what you gave as poison. I will give you actually the opposite and teach you a lesson, right? So this is embodied into the duck spirit. So after conflict, a non-confrontational trend or treaty or union in understanding, giving your word of peace and of forgiveness and of understanding that it is better to go through life without killing unnecessarily or any kind of, challenging, difficult experience that is not necessary, right? When we have conflicts and engage in wars, that's not helping get a crop going for someone who is homeless. They actually get more tragedy out of a war-torn scenario, right? Thought that was beautiful. Also, I know that we talked about the quotes like you odd duck, or you duck out of water, so to speak. So those make me think of unusual, unorthodox, stand out personalities, opinions, experiences, sins of your own doing that you perceive to be sins that other people may not think are sins, or maybe the opposite. This is all about something that is kind of an oxymoron about you. A quality of the duck spirit animal essence is about having something of an unusual quality, trying to fit in with others and just really can't, right? Or who look like birds of a feather, so to speak, but you find out are not, right? You're looking for that unity again, but seems like you are an outcast, and that's something that is so special and beautiful, which we can, if you're listening to these words, I'm not the preacher, but you can look inside within yourself and know that when you are able to be yourself, no matter even if that is something that is considered to be weird, wacky, or a standout, unorthodox, unusual type of characteristic or look, if you embody it truly and it's your authentic self speaking out, that is so much of an integral part of wearing our soul path in the right way, if you put it that way, right? Collective understanding of the children's story of the ugly duckling, right, is a beautiful way to think of that, right? People, are often bullied because of their desire to be their authentic self, sticking their neck out like the duck's neck and getting the guillotine, right, and hung into the barbecue bakery down the way, right? I also think when doing research on this, I feel that there is an essence and energy of respect and reverence for living entities who choose a vegetarian lifestyle. Speaking of ducks being one of the animals that in the spirit animal community are now a commodity of eating, right? They are something that we sustain ourselves for energy, and I don't, in my opinion, I do occasionally eat meat, but I do feel that there is a big respect when we choose the vegetarian lifestyle. We choose not to harm on purpose or mass produce these farms of ducks, chicken, cattle, right, to consume them for eating. And so I just think that there's a sacred honor in that. Not judging it, but I think there is an honor in that. So the duck spirit to me embodied that, that it's so sacred of a thing that we honor life. I think in Hinduism, they honor, they don't want to harm even an insect. I think that is a beautiful thing. And some cultures think that it's an evil concept to eat another former capsule in which held a soul within its embrace, right? So I think that there's an honor in that. I want to mention that as well. The duck spirit, I think, just again, is one of the creatures on my spirit animal list who's consistently hunted and desired and consumed for a meal in abundance. And that is something that could be in history. We could have considered, I don't know, another, an eagle, right? Eagles are not really consumed. We could have done that, and that could be that essence. So this energy was taken on by a societal desire to make it so, right? I think that they are hunted, savored, right? Tricked sometimes into, they think that they're living around a farmer's pond and they're just being reared to eventually be consumed, right? I think that there also is an element when we talk about the duck spirit about decoys. If you think about the hunter and the ducks, the wooden ducks that they put out on the water in order to be a decoy, because ducks of a feather want to flock together, right? And so a duck would see this seemingly calm water with another duck friend over there and sense perhaps that they can go and on the lake and will be safe. And that is a deceptive quality of the spirit animal of the duck. Again, a lot of Native American tribes do think that this is a deceptive type of, not a bad omen, but somewhat of a cautionary tale. So when we're working with the duck spirit animal, sometimes we can be guided to have more discernment, guided to look at the scenario completely and assess if we're being fooled or not. A lot of times, certain personalities like my own can be extremely gullible and go in with a loving intention. It can dull down our intuitive perception or our logical awareness, our discernment on what is dangerous around us. So the decoy is another associated theme with the duck spirit. Guys, and I really wanted to thank you so much for not being a quote-unquote lame duck, just kidding, and listening to my spirit animal video all about the duck. I think to end off, we'll talk about if you also are like me, where you don't miss too many picnics in your family. Maybe you waddle with confidence like a duck. Just kidding. Thank you so much for listening to my duck spirit animal. I hope you guys are vibing out there, trying to thrive, and if not thriving, trying your very best every day to do better so that you can. Blessings, love, and light.